Good morning. Yesterday I talked about how important mornings are and how you need to really dedicate those mornings and block out everything in those mornings. I'm going to kind of continue with that idea today and talk about how important there is uh, learning a skill of saying one word. You know what that word is? The word is no. Warren Buffett has said that he will say no to anything that is not extremely vital to him and his business. He'll say no to everything. Steve Jobs, he gave an address at one point in time, and I remember listening to him, and he said, "The most difficult thing that I do on a consistent basis." I mean, obviously when he was around, right? He said that the most difficult thing to do is to say no to a bunch of really good ideas every day. He says, I say no to hundreds of really, really good ideas, even great ideas, so that I can say yes to the best idea. And this is a really important concept because if we understand that every time we say yes to somebody else, we're saying no to us and our own business in some way. Now, again, I'm not talking about being completely self-focused and selfish and always saying no to everyone for every reason and only focusing on yourself. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that most people I know, most of my clients, tend to be the kind of people that like to help others. And if we are people who help others, then it's easy to get into that mindset of saying yes to things rather than saying no. So if we're on this side of the continuum, then we need to work on saying no. If we're people that are completely self-focused, yeah, you need to learn to say yes and start giving to other people as well. That's not the group of people that are the most common in my experience. Okay, so say no to people, and when you say no to their issue of the moment, what you're saying yes to is something that's far more important for your business. Now, of course, there are certain things that we want to say yes to. Again, grade it on its importance. If you're training somebody, say yes to them, but even better, say no and find somebody else to train them. That's a far better use of your time. Keep in mind that your time has value. There's a monetary value to your time. And if you are worth 50 or $100, well then yeah, you can do a lot of stuff. But if you want to be worth $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 an hour, then guess what? You're going to have to say no to a lot more things so that you can say yes to the most important things. So I say no to a ton of things. I say no to family events often, like extended family events. People are upset with me at times. I say no to a ton of things in the morning. My mornings are sacred, so say no to a ton of things in the morning. I won't get together with a lot of people unless it's vital for my business. The more you get used to saying no, the better you get at it. And the more you realize you don't even have to give excuses. Say that doesn't work for me. Here's a secret. Okay, here's a secret tip. If you need help doing this, what I'd suggest you do is you actually start booking your mornings as this is a chunk of time that I will not give up for anything. So you actually book in an appointment for yourself. When you book in an appointment for yourself, now you can say, oh, you know what? I've got an appointment booked. And it's completely honest. It's completely valid. You can say, I've got an appointment booked. They don't realize that it's booked with yourself for the most important things in your day. But you can say that. That's an important thing to say. Learn to say no, and that's the only action step I have for you today. What I want to encourage you to do is practice saying no. Now, I've actually been going through an interesting change of habit for myself. In the last couple of months, I've practiced not saying no first thing, especially with my kids, with my wife. If somebody asks me a question, often I've been too quick to say no. And often that's not protecting my time. That's simply a habit that we get into, is saying no. What I've practiced doing is I will feel free to say no, but I say it in a gentler way. I say it in a way that is not no, it's not as abrupt. It comes across as far better when I say, you know what, not this time. Or maybe next time. All of those things you can say no in a very gentle way. So know that you can do this, sorry, no pun intended, know that you can do this and you can practice and you can get better at this without offending people. You don't have to offend people. It doesn't have to be, oh, I either have to say yes or offend everyone. Say no and offend nobody. If you do that, you will start to build boundaries in your life. And the more you build boundaries in your life, the more people respect your time. Now, there are certain industries where I've talked to clients and they go, oh, that doesn't work for me. And a good example is real estate agents. I've had clients that are real estate agents and they go, Mark, you don't understand. Well, actually, I do understand. My brother's a real estate agent. My father was a real estate agent. I've lived around it for a long time. And the most successful real estate agents are not on their phone constantly. They don't pick it up every single time anyone calls. The most successful real estate agents I know are people who protect their own time. They only work, I know some extremely successful agents that only work 9 to 5 every day. Those aren't Monday to Friday. They won't work on the weekend. Those are times that for most agents go, that doesn't work. What they've done is they've said, this works for me. This works for my business. And when I do it properly, I can offer better service and value to others. Now, if somebody believes that you are the best person for the job, and you say, these are the hours that I work, guess what they're going to make work? They're going to make that time frame work. Stop catering to everyone else's potential time frames and start setting some boundaries. And as you do that, you will have more success. You'll have far more time freedom because you won't be doing meaningless things all the time. People can fix their own problems most of the time. And if it's a significant emergency, of course, you don't say no to those things. You can say yes to those things, all right? Remember, you've got this.